Welcome to TOEFL Tuesdays. I'm Lucas from Magoosh, and today we're going to answer, try to answer a very difficult question. What is a good TOEFL score? Now, I say this is a difficult question because the answer really varies. It changes depending on you and the schools that you're going to apply to. Now, when I say that it depends and it changes, I don't mean that you are going to have no answer to this question. I just mean that you'll have to find it for yourself. Okay, so first, a TOEFL score runs from 0 to 120 maximum, right? And many people will say that a good score is 100 or over 100. Some people you might find say that 90 is a good score. But really, sometimes for some schools, for some programs, 70 is enough or 80 is enough. The most common requirements are around 80, 90, and 100. But what you need to do is to find the requirements at the programs that you're going to apply to. Now that's very important for a couple of reasons. One, so you can find out your required total TOEFL score, your 90 or 100 or whatever. But also, so you can find out subsection requirements, because after all, there are 4 sections in the TOEFL. And many schools will require, for example, a 23 in the reading, a 24 in the listening, a 26 in the speaking, etc. So there might be requirements for the subsections, not just the total score. So if I say, 100 is a good score, well, it's not a great score if your speaking is only 19, because maybe your school requires a 26 on the speaking. On that same topic, sometimes schools require scores for a teaching assistantship, especially speaking scores. So if you're applying to graduate school and you're going to try to get a teaching assistantship, you might have another separate requirement for your speaking. That's so schools can tell that you will be understandable for other students who you're going to actually teach in that teaching assistantship role. And those requirements can be very high. Sometimes schools require you to have 27 and up for a speaking score for a teaching assistantship. Others only require 24, 25, 26. Again, it varies, it depends. So you have to do the research at your specific programs, at your specific schools, and find what they require or recommend. Now, there are some cases when it's okay to have lower than the required or recommended score. Sometimes you can get conditional acceptance. Conditional acceptance means, okay, we will accept you even though you have a low TOEFL score. Maybe you have a score of 65, for example, but you have to take extra English classes. Some schools, some programs do that. So you have to look into the possibility of conditional acceptance as well in case you do have a lower score and you are going to apply anyways. Also, final note, keep in mind that after you pass the minimum TOEFL requirement for most schools, if you say achieve 102 and the required score is 100, well, then you don't really need to worry about your TOEFL score much after that. You can focus on other aspects of your application. Focus on your GRE scores or your SAT scores, your recommendations from professors, your statement of purpose, your essay, all the other parts of your application, because those will actually be much more important in the total package than getting just a higher TOEFL score. If you pass the minimum, then you're good for most schools. Okay, I think that's about it. Thank you for watching. Again, I'm Lucas from Magoosh. Happy studying.